Good morning, guys. Get ready with me the morning after a long ass day, which included a photo shoot and about 10 hours on trains. Sorry if you can hear the ice machine. I put on my AirPods so that I can walk around and you won't hear it. But I'm gonna have some breakfast. I normally have like granola and yogurt and stuff like that, but because I was away all yesterday and I've been working, I've got no food in the house. And all I've got is a Caesar salad packet thingy-majiggy. And I'm gonna try and make something out of that so I can eat and get ready on that. So yeah, I'll see you in a minute. But I've done some cleaning. Like I tidied my room, hoovered, that kind of stuff, done the bathroom. And I put these stickers on my face because I don't know what the makeup artist used yesterday at the shoot, but it gave me a little bit of a breakout. So love that for myself. So this morning I woke up and rather than popping spots, I put stars on them because popping is bad, even though I do it. And then I literally tied up my hair because there was hairspray and hair gel put in my hair yesterday, which I hate putting product in my hair like that because it always leaves crap in my hair and it's just always a mess. Like this morning I woke up and there's all bits of like dry gel in my hair and it's really annoying me, and I literally washed it right before the shoot as well. Okay, I've brushed my teeth and I've flossed. I'm now gonna clean my liners. Someone that I know done like a photo shoot with this independent photographer, and I was like, oh, cool. So I wanted to check it out. So I clicked onto his page and I followed the photographer and liked her the photos and that. And then the next day the photographer contacted me and was like, hey, I saw you followed me. Would you be interested in doing a photo shoot with me? It was all free and all that. I think he's like building his portfolio. And so I was like, yeah, totally. So we set up a date and time and I brought my flatmate Megan with me. And it was actually really cool. Like, it was a lot, like it's quite tiring. Like we literally done a 2-hour shoot and I was exhausted. But it was really fun. I'm gonna wash my face really quickly. Just washing my hands. But it was really fun. Like he's in Glasgow and I'm in Edinburgh, so we went to Glasgow on the train and went to the studio that he booked, and we did a wee shoot, and yeah, it was really cool. I brought like some changes of clothes and we done a couple of different outfits, and then we went into the stairwell and done some in the stairwell and that, and a lot of them are on my Instagram, so you can see that there and like how it was. So like if you're ever interested in doing modeling, definitely try it out by finding an independent photographer that's trying to build their portfolio to see like what it's like. Okay, I need to take off my stars. I really do recommend stars. They're really good for like dehydrating your spots and stuff like that. They're still there. I'm still bloody ugly. I won't lie, I'm probably gonna end up popping them. But I'm gonna wash my face first. So I've just got lukewarm water. And I need to get my face wash. Got my CRB hydrating cleanser. I always do like lukewarm water. You don't want it too hot, but I also cannot wash my face with cold water at all. I'm sorry about the bags under my eyes because I am so tired. I also rinsed my tattoo because I got a new tattoo. Use a microfiber cloth to dry my face after I've washed it. I don't know if it makes a difference or not. I've got my CeraVe moisturizing lotion which I just keep up here, do a pee pump, and I put some on the backs of my shoulders, my neck, my face, around my chest. These are, it's because they're my problem areas. So like if ever I'm getting bad skin or I'm like hormonal anything and I'm getting bad spots or anything, these are the areas. I also live with a lot of animals and I do the back of my neck as well. But I love animals, so cats, my cat and my flatmate's cat sleep in my bed, so I have to change my sheets so often. But it's been giving me back acne because of their flipping cat hair. Even though I change my bedding all the time, it's still everywhere. So don't get multiple cats because one is bad enough. I do recommend a cat though, they're adorable if you live in a flat. Because I would never personally get a dog in a flat unless I had a garden. We're pretty good, we've got a massive grass area just outside, but you can't just let them out whenever and hang out outside for a while, you have to go out with them. Okay, so that is me done in the bathroom. My sister recommended this Blistex Intense Moisturizer. And it's the only thing I've used since, and I've come across other people that use it as well, and they all love it. Okay, this is Beans. She is my flatmate's cat. Yeah, so after I'd done a photo shoot with this guy, I was like, okay, like that was fun, and love this. And then I was like going through Instagram, and on Instagram I got a thing, like one of those ad things. It was new idol model, and I was like, I might look at this. So I researched a little bit. Hold on, I get a monster. Okay, sorry, I'm really thirsty and I just sprayed deodorant and it got in my throat and I'm really tired. So Mango Local Monster it is.
This is a reminder to drink water.
This is not sponsored by Mango Local. Their other cat, Bluey, is annoying me. He's mean. Right, piss off. He was walking on. Anyway. I'm so bad at staying focused. Okay, Bluey just went to attack me. I'm so bad at staying focused because I'm just like, I don't know, flustered. Don't know what I'm doing. But yeah, so I applied to New Idol and I basically gave my information, my height and all that kind of stuff. And I sent a picture from my photo shoot with this guy that I did a photo shoot with. And I was like, we'll see what they say and whatever. And I kind of forgot about it. I didn't really think too much about it. A couple of days later, I was charity shopping with my flatmate. Oh my god, that is a beast of a spot. I actually am growing a second head. I don't like this. Ugh, do I conceal it or do I just leave it? Oh, I still have moisturizer on my nose. I think I'm gonna leave my skin and try and sit out in the sun. I am gonna hide my bags a little bit though because I hate having under eye bags, even though I always have them. Focus! Anyway, then got a phone call from this guy. He was saying like, oh, congratulations, like you got through to the next round or something and we want you to come in to do a test shoot with our team and stuff like that. And I was like, oh my god, really? That'd be cool, you know, why not? And he was like, it's in London and we want to do it with you next week. And I was like, bro, I've got a job, like I'm not off that day. I need to organize getting to London because London's far away from Edinburgh, if you know your geography. But he was like, we really want you to come down and figure something out. And I was like, okay, look, give me a chance to talk to my boss. I'll see what I can do and I'll get back to you. And he was like, okay. And I got an email afterwards with all the information, kind of like saying, we recommend you bring 5 to 6 outfits, kind of like formal, summer, winter, casual, like leisure, sporty, like that kind of stuff. So I put together a selection of options and packed them up, which I might post a small TikTok of me packing my bag. It was really quick because it was late and I was really tired. So I done a quick one just to show what I was like. I didn't even show what I was packing. I just fucking showed me packing. So I done that. I packed everything. So I organized it with my boss so that I can have the 31st of May. It's now June. It's the 1st of June. So it was there yesterday. So I got that day off. I booked train tickets. Cost me about £100 for return the same day. And because I didn't know if I was going to be off or working today, which I ended up being off, but at the time I didn't know. And I also didn't want to pay for a hotel in London because it's hella expensive. And no criticism to London, but I just don't have any interest in hanging out there. I've been like when I was younger and it just doesn't interest me. It's just too busy. I don't know, it's just not my thing. But yeah, so paid for the train and everything, and I was kind of dreading it because it's 4.5 hours on the train there and 4.5 back, just for like 3-4 hours when I'm there. But I went there and the train was fine. I just slept on the train and I had a creak in my neck and I wore like leggings and a jumper and stuff, which was a bad idea because I had lines on my legs for the shoe and I was raging. So like the photos that I've posted from the shoot, I've tried to edit it to try and hide the lines on my legs from like where my socks and my leggings were at the bottom of my legs. So I tried to like smooth it out and blend it. Like, don't give me hate like if I done a bad job, but I'm telling you here, the photos are edited. Some of them I have completely left untouched, but some of them are edited. Like I was so tired and the makeup artist didn't do a fantastic job of hiding my bags and my eyes, which isn't her fault. My eyes were so tired. I'm probably gonna like post photos of me on the way there. Like I did put one on my story today of before, like when I was on the way there and how tired I looked and stuff like that, which isn't their fault. And so I did edit some of them to try and hide the bags under my eyes. And my flatmate, I'm just gonna say Megan, you'll meet her at some point. Megan was like, you look AI generated. I was like, look, I was just trying to hide the bags under my eyes and I was trying to hide the lines on my legs. Like some of them I'll leave, like if they're not that bad, because like they're not bad, I just don't like how dark under my eyes were. And because I'm not used to editing photographs, like I've only really edited videos, so, and even still I've not been doing that long and I'm not very good at it, but I had no idea, so I just kind of went for it and I managed to like try and hide the bags under my eyes, and you can still see the lines on my legs, I'm not gonna lie. So just don't sleep beforehand, have good sleep, like try your best to get rid of the bags under your eyes, and don't wear tight clothes on the way to a photo shoot. Also don't have like anything on your wrists, like bobbins or anything like that you're not going to be wearing during the shoot, because that'll leave lines. Funnily enough, this is the same for your wedding. Fun facts. Weddings are on my mind, not for any particular reason, for a friend of mine. But yeah, so when I was there, I literally walked in, and it's this like little studio, and there was other people there as well, like younger people with their parents and older people, and men, women, and the team that worked there were all women, which I was really glad about, because like I was half scared this was gonna be fake or like a scam or something like that, so I was going in kind of cautious. But there was this host person that like took my bag to go and pack the outfits and everything, and then they sent me into hair and makeup, which was basically just a different room with all the makeup and stuff set up, and a makeup slash hair stylist person who done it all. And she done my makeup and hair really quick. Like she just kind of like tidied up my face. She didn't really put much on. Like she did put on like foundation and bronzer and stuff, but she had the smallest little dollop of foundation and put little dollops, and then just kind of blended it out and used a really light brush of a little bit of bronzer and a slight bit of highlighter. And she done my eyes like a pinky color. I need to stop scratching my chest. I don't know why I do that. But she put like kind of a browny pinky color on my eyes the whole way around. Now, no hate to her makeup, like she was really lovely and she was doing perfectly fine. It was just not the way that I do my makeup, which is okay, because I think they were just trying to make us look as natural as possible. But I think because I already had bags under my eyes, that kind of accentuated it a little bit. I don't know, like I'm not a makeup artist or anything, so I don't know, but I'm assuming they were looking for as natural as possible, because she's done similar to other girls, like to try and make them look natural but like just give them a little bit of a top up kind of thing. And then she gave my hair kind of wavy flicky curl, and my hair does not like products. Like I don't like hairspray or gel or anything like that, because if you curl my hair, it doesn't hold the curls for like, it sometimes holds the curls. I don't know, it's indecisive, like it's like me. But if you use hairspray in it to try and hold the curls, or she used gel on the roots to try and put down my like flyaways, and when you do that to my hair still will drop. Like it'll still drop the curls, the flyaways will escape, and then I'm just left with like a little bit crunchy hair with like product in my roots. And I had showered just before it, and I was on the train home like putting my hands through my hair trying to like brush through it kind of, because I didn't have a hairbrush with me. And but it looked lovely, so that's just my opinion on my hair. And so after that they brought me through to the studio where there was the photographer, and she was so lovely. Like she took photos of my tattoo, which I just realized I forgot to moisturize when I was doing my moisturizing. So I'm just gonna use my Olay that's sat here to moisturize it because it's all dry. I got it like 3 days ago, so it's not happy at all. Yeah, so I went through and the photographer was lovely. She took pictures of my wrist tattoo because she really liked it, and she just took pictures like on her own phone to have, because she wanted something similar. And I was like, yeah, of course, take photos. I was like, it's really fresh, like you can tell by how black it is, like it's only 2 days old at the time. And she was like, wow, like it's gorgeous. So I was like, yeah, thank you. Shout out to my main tattoo artist, V Tattoo, based in Edinburgh, who has done majority of my tattoos. But anyway, the photo shoot was really, really fast. It was like we picked out 4 outfits of the outfits that I had that I was gonna wear for the shoot, and it's like bam, 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 bam. Like I put on the first outfit, and then it was like, okay, she was like, do you want me to direct you? And I was like, yeah, go for it. And so she'd be like, go like this, put your hand here, do this, put your hand on your hip, now turn this way, and do that, and do this. And it was like photo, 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 photo. And then she'd be like, okay, change. And then I'd run, change, she'd reset, and then I'd run out. And then she'd be like, okay, sit here, do this, turn this way, turn that way, put your leg here, put this here, put that here, flick your hair, do this. And then she'd be like, okay, change. And I'd say the whole photo shoot took about 20 minutes. Like, it was so quick because of how fast we were going. And it was because that's what it's like in a professional shoot. They don't really have time to like dilly-dally and be like, oh, like, yeah, figure it out and all that kind of stuff. But after that, then they didn't really say much after that. So I went and I sat down in the waiting room, and there I met, like, I'd actually spoken to this young girl who was going after me, and she was picking out her clothes and that, and I was asking her, like, had she done this before, like, all that kind of shit. And she was like, I've done one shoot before when I was younger, but that was it. And I was like, I've only done one shoot before, and that was in Glasgow not that long ago. So that's quite cool. And yeah, she was lovely, and she had some issues with like how her hair was done and stuff, and lots of stuff went down there. But I was sat down, and her mom was sat down out there in the waiting area, and I was chatting away to her, and she was telling me all about like how they had done one with an agency in Manchester 3 years ago, and it was really expensive, and like it was fine, but it wasn't fantastic. So they left it for a couple of years, and then they came here, and they were doing it with New Idol. And she said from what she can tell, this place has been doing better, because they provide, like, if you choose a package with them, they do all the work kind of thing. So like, I was waiting to like talk to someone for feedback, because afterwards they give you feedback and tell you if you've done well enough for them to take you on or not, and all this kind of stuff. And so we were just waiting, and to be fair, we were waiting a little while, probably like sat there for about 40 minutes to an hour maybe, just hanging out. And then I got called in, and she was lovely, like she was complimenting my photos, said that I'd done really good, and she was like, I think you're gonna go a long way, all this kind of shit. And I was like, okay. Which I was skeptical about everything, but the mom kind of was like, put me at ease, because she was saying like, obviously you have to pay for stuff, because like to get a start you need to pay for like a portfolio and everything. And she was like, now here it's probably like 50 quid a photo, and you need at least 10 photos for a portfolio. And she done modeling when she was younger, so I was like, okay, I'm listening to you, give me the advice, help me out here. But she was like, yeah, you need this kind of stuff to start out. So it's kind of like, do you sacrifice it and give it a go? Do you really think you can do it? Like all this stuff, like it's weighing the pros and cons. So it's like, okay, going into the thing, getting my feedback, and she was saying all the stuff that I would do really good, and like if I get jobs, then they get money out of it. So like they were like, we want you to do well. And there was different packages that you could do. Like there was one for 500, which was basic package, and that was for a 10-page portfolio, or a 10 photo portfolio. And then there was the gold one, which was 900 for a 20-page portfolio. And then there was another one in the next package, which was 1650, and that was for like a website, a thing called a Z card, which I'll explain in a minute, a 20 photo portfolio, and a model guide, I believe that was what was on it. And then there was an even more package, which was 2000 and something, and that had all of those things plus more things. I don't even know, it was like 2,300 or something, but I didn't even look at it, because I was like, I don't have 2,300 to give you. So I just completely ignored that one. And I was looking at it, and I was like, this is so much money, like what do I do? Like, how am I meant to make a start if I can't like afford it? And I was like, can I afford it? So I was like weighing my pros and cons, and I was like, she was like, what are you thinking? Because like we went through all the photos. Like, to be honest, it like felt legit, because we went through all of my photos, and she like favorited the ones that was a like favorite, like you do a little thing on it to say like this is a favorite photo, like it was a good one. And she was showing me like websites that you can book independently on, like modeling jobs independently on when you've got your portfolio. She was showing me past people that they've had, and like some of them had gotten their first like TV acting model thing, like one where you don't talk, you're just being a model and like walking around and stuff. And she was telling me what you earn in certain jobs and what to look for. And she was like, and like if you're getting money, like we're getting money too, so like obviously we're wanting you to do good. So I was like, that makes sense, like they need to make some money somewhere. And like to do the whole thing, I paid a 20 or a 50 quid deposit, which you get back if you show up. So they're not making any money from the people that are getting told no and sent home, or for the people that tell them no, that they don't want to pay for it. So they're losing money on that, so they need to make money somewhere. So I'm like, that makes sense. And so she was like, what's going through your head? And I was looking at it and I was like, I would love, because she was like, I recommend the 1651 to get all the stuff that you need and to give you a really good start. And I was like, but that's a lot of money for something that I'm just starting out in and I'm not sure about. And I was like looking at the 20-page portfolio, and she was like, you have more than 20 good photos, like we could easily make you one, because a lot of people go for the basic one because they don't have enough good ones. But she was like, you connected easily with the camera, like you connect, like we're working with the photographer really easily and stuff like this. So I was like, I don't know what to do, like I don't have this money like to spare. And so she was like, okay, look, don't worry about the website. You don't really need a website. You need a Z card. Now, a Z card is essentially like a CV for models. It's got like 4 or 5 of your best photos. It's got all your information, and it's what agencies or like people looking for work, like looking for models to do stuff, they just ask for the Z card. If they've got like 300 people, applicants, they'll be like, right, show me the Z cards, because I don't have time to flick through a load of portfolios. So show me that first, and then I'll go through the portfolios of the ones that pass. And she was telling me that in the 300 people that have gotten, like, that have put in applications, only about 50 of them will have Z cards, because not everyone has Z cards. They all think that they need the portfolio by themselves. They don't need a Z card. But in instances like this, where there's so many people, they want to flick through. It's like it's kind of like a cover letter to your CV. Your portfolio is your CV. Your cover letter that they check first before they even bother looking at your CV. They just read that and they're like, yeah, okay, whatever. It's like that. Your Z card is your cover letter. It kind of gives them a quick description, shows them you all on one page, really quick, gets the job done. So she was like, I really, really recommend it. So she was like, what if we do the gold package for 900 with the 20 portfolio, like page portfolio, and a Z card, and I'll put in the modeling guide for you, and that would be 1250. It's like, how am I gonna pay for this? But I have some money in my I've got savings in my Irish bank account. That's for me moving to Australia. But I'm like, if I can do this, like I could make good money, and that would help for Australia, and then maybe even do some in Australia. So I was like, okay, like pros and cons. Like the photographer that I had worked with before told me that I should go for it professionally. He thought that I'd do really well. And I was like, based off of his opinion, plus this mom, like the girl's mom's opinion that I spoke to, and then this person giving me feedback, I was like, okay, screw it. It's only money. I'll make it back. It's fine. So I was like trying to, like, I couldn't pay with card because I didn't have my Irish bank card with me, because I don't bring it with me, because it's just from my savings. I don't touch it. And I was like trying to do bank transfer, because it's Irish to UK, it's international transfer, which is really, really like secure, and you need like the bank's address, you need the place's address that it's connected to, you need all this information, an IBAN, a BIC number, like all these things that you don't really have in the UK. Like they have them for international, but it's not really known. So she had to call some people to get the information, and it wasn't working because it was a new payee on my account. It was saying that you can't pay a payee more than 1,000 in the first day of them being a payee, to make sure that you're not getting scammed, basically, or that nothing dodgy is going on. And I was telling her this, and I was like, it's not working, like it's saying that it's fraud. And she was like, I really do want you to do it, like I really want you to like go through with it, because like I think you're going to do really well and you'll definitely benefit us. And for GDPR reasons, they can't hold on to my photos and everything for more than 24 hours. So if I can't do it and I leave, that's it, done. I would have to redo the whole process another time, like reapply everything, and like it's a lot to do, and getting up to London and everything to do it all again. So like if I left without paying, that's it, done. And so she would have been losing me as a, like, they're not like an agency, so I don't know what to call it, but like they push my portfolio to agencies and like jobs and stuff like that, and they are there to always help, so I can contact them if I'm struggling with something or need help with the modeling job or any advice. But she was like, every time you do a job, we're getting money for it, like we want you to do this so that we can get the money, basically. And like, full respect to that, like that's not a bad thing, like businesses need the money to run. So I was like, this is why I was like, I think this kind of real, because otherwise the scam wouldn't last long, because they'd be like, take your money, make you a portfolio or whatever, or not. If it's a fraud, they'll just take your money. And also, why have all that shit? Like, they've got a makeup artist, like hairstylist, they've got a whole fucking photographer, a host, all this shit going on in this studio, just to get a grand off a random person every now and again. Especially if like they're saying no to people and people are saying no to them, then they're doing all that for free. Where are they getting their money? You know, it's not a very good scam. Like, you'd have to get a bit more creative. And like, I saw people that have worked, like that have done work with them, and so she was like, look, she was like, I really want you to go through with this, and like, because it won't let you send more than 1,000, she was like, I'll drop it down to 1,000. She had to try and edit the contract and like move it around and put it in for a cheaper contract, and just add down the bottom being like, we're also giving her all our photos, we're also giving her this, that and the other, so it didn't go into the price factor. And so I ended up paying half from my Scottish bank and half from my credit card, so I could pay off half of it over time rather than touching my savings. So, and I also surrendered my deposit, so then it was 1,050, and I ended up getting the Z card, my 20 photo portfolio, and a model guide. That's it, that thingy. And straight away she sent me all of my photos. Before I'd signed anything, she sent me everything. And then I read through the contract and signed it, and there was no like fine print or anything like that. It was really basic. It was just saying that I can't change my mind once I leave site. So it's just saying like, once I leave the site, like, you can't alter your contract, you can't change your contract. And that was the biggest thing on it. And I was like, that's fine. Like, all the contract was saying that I give them permission to use my portfolio and give it to agencies and try and get me into an agency and stuff like that. So it really wasn't anything like that I could lose money. Like, it didn't say like, oh, if you fail you need to pay us or something. Like, there was none of that. I was gonna do my hair, but I've changed my mind because it's really warm. I'm just gonna leave it tied up in this shitty ass messy bun of mine. Yeah, so then I left. I also signed a thing saying that I got my photos and everything. I was walking out and I saw the mom and the girl, and I was like, they were like, how'd it go? And I was like, good. And I was like, although I'm broke, I was like, I'm 1,000 like poorer. And they're like, oh damn. And they were like, but it was all good. Like, I was like, yes. And I was like, good luck to you, because the girl was only 14. And I was like, good luck, like, see how that goes. I really wish I knew how it went. So yeah, I just think it would have been so cool to see how she got on. But Jeannie, I'm pretty sure this isn't her real name, but it's her nickname. So Jeannie, if you ever see any of these, give me a shout and let me know how you done at the photo shoot thing, because I really want to know. But yeah, that's my experience so far. Then I was back in just walking around London because I didn't have anything to do other than wait for my train, which wasn't for another 4 or 5 hours. And I got all these emails asking for all this information so that they could put it into my Z card, which was like, so she took my height when I was in there. So she was also then, they need like my measurements and all that kind of stuff. So I have to fill that out today because I was not doing that yesterday. I didn't have it when I was in London, and I got on the train at 8:30 and I wasn't home until 1:30 in the morning. I was flipping exhausted, and so I'm gonna do that now. I've got my wee thingy-majiggy to take my measurements. I've also got another photo shoot on the 14th of June, which is with the other photographer, the independent photographer that I was doing work with, and we're going to what's called the Devil's Pulpit and Buchanan Castle to do a photo shoot. So I think that's gonna be really fun. But it's gonna be hella cold because I'm gonna be in the water. So, and Val's gonna bring me, and we're gonna go to Loch Lomond and yeah, hang out in Glasgow. So who knows, I might get Val to record that shoot and show how it works and stuff like that, so that I can give you my experience, so that if you want to do it too, then you don't have the added stress of not having a bloody clue who's trying to scam you, who's doing what, what's legit. Because like that was my issue. Like everything that I was looking at, I was like, it's probably a scam. It's probably a scam. They want money. It's probably a scam. So if this is a scam, I'll let you know, and I'll be down the 1,000 and you won't. Although I may cry. I will share my journey with you as I go, and hopefully it helps anyone that's trying to do modeling in the UK, because I've definitely been scared of like being scammed and stuff like that, because there is so many scams around modeling. But yeah, if you're interested, keep watching and I'll keep updating you guys on how I get on and the processes that I go through. But yeah, please like and subscribe and leave me a little comment and let me know if you do modeling or if you're interested in modeling and what you done, and if you've experienced like any scams or you know about any, please share them with us all so that we can all know too. But yeah, have an absolutely beautiful day. Bye.